Hey everyone! So today we are going to be talking about music, which is not something that I normally talk about on my channel, but it is a very important part of my life, so that's what this is about. It is the end of 2017, so I've decided to kind of take the month of December to do some favorites videos for you guys, and not just favorite makeup, favorite music. I do want to do some things about makeup, obviously. So today's video is going to be my top 3 favorite albums of 2017. Full disclosure though, I am not like a professional musician, nor do I know a lot about like the details of music and how it's composed and all the crazy fun words that people say, which is weird because I grew up doing musical theater and dance, so you think that I would have maybe retained a little bit of that knowledge, but no, not for me. So I really didn't have like a limit to how many albums I wanted to talk about. I really just went down the list of albums that I've downloaded on my Spotify, and these 3 really stuck out at me, and they're ones that I've listened beginning to end multiple times. So that was kind of my criteria for this video, is that I wanted to make sure that these were albums that I knew every song, most of the words, you know, obviously give or take a few, but I didn't want to just pull, oh, I really like this song off of this album, I really just like this song off of this album. I based the criteria for this video off of an entire album. I had to love that entire album, and these were the 3 that made the cut. I felt like this year I was just super drawn to albums that kind of made me feel empowered as a woman. So all 3 albums are artists who are women, and no, I'm not including Taylor Swift's new album. So if any of you guys want to exit out of this video because you think I'm about to talk about Taylor Swift's album, don't do that. She's not in this video. Granted, I do feel that her songs are catchy. Like, life is definitely too short to deny that Taylor Swift songs are catchy. I definitely listen to them when they're on the radio, but do I go out of my way to listen to them? No. This isn't about her. This video is not about her, so I'm gonna get to the real stuff. So the first album I really want to talk about, I will put in this area over here a little picture of the album cover, but I really want to talk about Bebe Rexha. I really feel like 2017 was her year. I also want to mention I've been listening to that girl since day one, way back from her EPs that she first started making, when she was talking about being crazy and she can't stop drinking about people. I've really always liked Bebe Rexha. I really enjoyed her this year, and I felt that this was her biggest year yet. It really was. I felt like she's done a lot of really great things. She's been in a lot of really cool collaborations, and I thought her album she put out was amazing. I really enjoyed actually that she put out her album in 2 parts, All Your Fault Part 1 and All Your Fault Part 2. And the reason I like that is because I feel like people have a very hard time, at least I do personally, have a hard time listening to an entire album when it first comes out. So I'll like get through 5 or 6 songs maybe, and then for some reason I can't get through the rest of the album. I just keep going and playing back the one song that I'm really drawn to, and then I deny myself the chance to listen to the rest of the album. So I felt that her putting out her album in 2 parts was good for the consumers, for the listeners, and I personally thought that that was better for me as a listener to have it released in 2 separate parts. I do want to admit Part 1 was definitely my favorite. I felt that I enjoyed every song on that album. I think I would have to go with Atmosphere and Bad B-Word. I know that there's some kids and stuff that watch my channel, so I don't want to start cussing and stuff on it. You know, if you do on your channel, that's fine. I just want to kind of keep it clean. But she has a song called Bad B-Word, you know, the B word, and it is with Ty Dolla $ign, and that's just one of those songs that just was like, hey. I did like Part 2. I think the country song with Florida Georgia Line really threw me off because I'm not a country person, and nothing against people who like country, it's really just not for me. I've tried to get into it. I had friends in high school who loved it. it's just not my thing, and I think that really threw me off to the last part of the album, unfortunately. I think it's an okay song, it's just not for me. But my favorite song off of part 2 is definitely That's It, because that's another one of those songs you're like, yes, it's so good. It makes me want to get down and dance. Like, I love her in that hip-hop R&B style. I like when she collaborates with rappers, R&B artists. I just think that's where she shines, and those it's just the bit there. So that is why Baby Rexha's All Your Fault Part 1 and 2 is on this list, and I am counting that as one album. I'm not counting that as 2 separate albums. The second person and second album on my list of top favorite albums for 2017 is Lana Del Rey, and I just think that she's just amazing. I've always loved all of her albums. I really have to say I think this most recent album, Lust for Life, is my favorite that she has put out so far. There's 3 songs I wanted to mention. So there's actually 4 songs off of this album I want to mention. Summer Bummer, 13 Beaches, Cherry, and Beautiful People, Beautiful Problems, because Stevie Nicks. Do I need to say anything else? 13 Beaches and Cherry definitely have just such beautiful and amazing lyrics. 13 Beaches, I just love her voice in that, and I think that that song shows her true potential as an artist. Not that she hasn't shown her full potential, because she is like above and beyond, you know, most people, I personally feel, as a writer and as a singer, but I just feel like that song really makes her shine. And then Summer Bummer, like I said, I love A$AP Rocky. I love the beat that's in it. It's one of those songs that it's kind of slow, but at the same time I can like really like get with it also. So I just love that whole album. One of my favorite albums she's done, and I had to include her in this. So the last one is only an album that's been out, I think, for like 2 weeks, maybe, as I'm filming this, but I knew I was gonna put it in this favorites video before it even came out. I actually believe how she pronounces her name is Tovolo, and I know that because of her most recent video that she put out. It's called Disco T-Word. Can I say that? T-word? Does that make sense? Honestly, when her album Ladywood came out last year, I have listened to at least 5 songs of that album on a daily basis. Meaning that I listen to at least half of the album every day, and I've done that for the past year. When this new album, Blue Lips, came out, I was like, great, I can't wait to not listen to anything else or find any new music for the next year, because this is all I'm gonna be listening to. And I didn't even have to listen to it to know that that's what was gonna happen. I saw Tovolo at Bonnaroo, and that's when she only had her first album out, Queen of the Clouds. I'm really curious to see if she's going to do another short movie for this new album. She did 2 short films for her last album, Ladywood. I don't know if I can narrow down. I'm gonna try to narrow it down to 3 songs that I really want you to go listen to, or that I feel are my current favorites, although that can change tomorrow. So the first one is Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I don't really know how to explain why I like her music. If it's the content of her music, if it's the beats she puts behind it. Don't Ask, Don't Tell is maybe considered one of, I don't know, the slower songs on her album. But her songs are kind of always in that like in-between mode where it's kind of slow, but it's not. I don't know. Romantics is one that I've been listening to on repeat for the past couple days, so I'll bring that up. It just kind of reminds me when I used to go to like DJ sets and stuff like that. It definitely has more of an electric beat behind it, and I think that's why I really enjoy it. So that's a really good one that I have been stuck on as well. The last one that I've really been listening to is Hey You Got Drugs. not encouraging anybody to do drugs or anything like that. But I really, really like that song. I just think that everything in that song, the beat, her singing, the lyrics, I think it all flows together really, really nicely. Guys, that's really it. I don't know if this is something that people are going to be into, but this is something that I've wanted to do since I started my channel. Music, like I said, is such an important part to me. And I don't know, I just was really drawn to all three of these albums, and I want to make that known. And I like introducing people to new music. I really like showing somebody a new album or a song, and then they come back to me 2 days later and they're like, listen, I can't stop listening to it. And then you have something to enjoy together. I also want to see all three of those ladies in concert. Like I said, I saw Tove Lo when she was at Bonnaroo, but that was during her first album, not this past year. So I'd really like to see her two newer albums live. I've never seen Lana Del Rey live, and I saw Bebe Rexha live once when she opened for Ellie Goulding. And she didn't play a lot of music. Like I said, my biggest thing that I didn't like about that concert is I wish her set was a few songs longer. She didn't have her album out. This was a couple of years ago. So I would like to see her live again too, because I want to see her new music live. So let me know what music you guys are into, what you found this year that you really enjoy. I've definitely been listening to more, but album-wise, these were my favorites of the year. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. You can also follow me on my social media channels. I have Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And as always, that information is in the description box below. And I thank everybody so much for watching. I hope that you all have a wonderful day.